CNN, ain't see none of my friends. Swag gave me the blues, they never walked in my shoes. They want us living in fear, it ain't what I'm trying to hear. Switched it over to Fox, kept clicking, I barely stopped. New guest on NBC, no one that represent me, so I got tired of waiting. Sit master debate, give me some headlines, it must be past bedtime. Sleeping on me still like I ain't vitamin D for real. Rep your city, play devil's advocate. Wayne Brady gon' have to smack a bit. Tell me something good, a recipe for success. Give me some timeline, shop session and flight deck. Hey, P, what's next? Ooh, shit, I'm too hype. Hey, bring that motherfucking beat in. Bitch, I'm from the city of Decatur, DHS alone. People fucking with me from the suburb to the slums. Rocking college boy apparel, blowing weed by the barrel. Riding in that Chevy thing, old school Will Ferrell. Mama ain't raised no hoe, I'm from a pedigree of killers. Talking about them McCree's, Bisons, and Allen's, nigga. Named after Sam, here to carry on his legacy. Didn't embrace it at first, fuck it, who better than me? Pussy on top of pussy, that's bitches on top of bitches. Both multiplied exponentially with the riches. Got rid of my old bitch, cause she know how to act. Pardon me, I had to laugh at that. Let go, hit the city limit sign, standing on my porch, but I'm Decatur to the death of me. Carrying the torch, my city pride, show up in every ounce of my personality. No place on the motherfucking map that I would rather be. All I ever needed was $1 and a dream. A product and a fiend, now nigga out here getting cream. What up to my brother?
Yeah. It's your nigga C.O.D, DecaturboyMusic, welcoming you to another episode of Gimme Some Headlines, you know what I'm saying? And y'all already know I got a bleezer in my hand, and whether it's a bleezy, a black, a white stick, or a guard, man, this the motherfucking flight that wherever you take your flights from, hope you enjoying the episode, man, and getting lifted, you feel me? And we building the show out as we grow, and I think I'm a make it a tenet of the flight that to hit y'all with a quote that'll fuck your mind up, whether you sober or you lifted. You feel what I'm saying? Kind of boy gifted. And I ain't even gonna tell you who the quote's by, cause fuck that shit. To live in the world without becoming aware of the meaning of the world is like wandering about in a great library, never opening any of the books. With that being said, old head nigga you to call head, dome, knowledge, Becky, you know what I'm saying, skull, noggin, getting throwed off. Man, just on a humbug, you know what I'm saying, I would hit me a blicky the other day, smoking a little bleezy. And I was like, man, what do y'all niggas calling head these days? These niggas got a few of the classics. Brains, Nits, Z-Job, Dome Piece, Cabbage, Dome Ski Head, Slob Knob, Smoker Pole, Atomic Wedge. I said, what? Shines, Bobblehead, Chuck Norris, Dome P, Copper Nobbler. I said Copper Nobbler. These niggas fuck with them Frenchies on that. Not the French boy, them bricks on that goddamn Dutch oven. I said, y'all farting while these hoes blowing you? God damn. Georgia Dawn, shouts out to the city. Saddam Hussein. Wow. That neck, that's terrible. Encephalophagus. I said, God damn, these niggas need help. They don't need head. These niggas need help. They need help. But speaking of futuristic slang, man, and talking your shit, man, and really fucking people up, man. Deal Week Flight Deck is a Give Me Some Second Line. And it's a new segment that we introducing to y'all at Give Me Some Headlines and Give Me Some Second Lines, some special shit I came up with my brother as kind of a love letter to the city of New Orleans, and really more of a recognition of our affection and affinity for how they sent off their people and their loved ones after their passing. We would like to give people some of this love and some of this honor while they still here to smell the roses. And when I think about something of that great perspective and smelling the roses, I think about sliding through Alabama Bay Roads with my nigga the Rose. You feel what I'm saying? Shouts out to Kenny. But whether I'm in Decatur or I'm on them back streets, if I'm going to war, you ain't gonna catch me without my nigga P.
You're standing this whole like home run track into the upper deck. Here we go. Oh man, it's your boy. Home run trap, aka P. Human Trotter the Fourth, aka Mr. Long P, aka Chef Boyard P, aka Casino P, aka Quinn with the pen. What it is, my G?
You got to know the boy Futuristic, ain't I?
Ain't it?
My word can make the J do the jump, man. Can't I? Hey, time back. You got to know this, the remix right here. Grand Hustle, baby, it's the Kings right here. You got to know the boy Guaffin. Packers extra sloppy. Don't I love my vegetables? Extra cheese and broccoli. Don't young lady like to kick it like karate? Don't I be with J Money serving everybody? Man, this week's flight deck is a Give Me Some Second line. That's a tribute to Atlanta, to Young Lay, to J Money, to Grand Hustle, Young Dro, Tip, even going to prison and architecting shit at the OG from behind them walls, man. It only lasted like a year and a half, 2 years, just like the Rockstar movement, which we'll talk about that at a later date.
Yeah, that was heavy too.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say their name, but y'all coming. This about Young Lay, J Money, Young Dro, and the Futuristic Movement that came out of Atlanta. And if your name one called, it's love to you too. But these three people is the people I'm raising up as the figureheads. Cause Young Dro was a lyricist, old head gangster nigga who went ahead and jumped on it and helped foster that movement and solidify and kind of stamp that shit to get it the respect it deserved, man. But I thought about this shit the other day, bruh. And had Ain't I dropped May 1st, 2021, nigga, in the current climate, with the way them niggas dressed, with the way the videos was, with the way they was rapping, with the way the beats were, the stupid fruity shit, man, that shit would have been the number one song in the world. Hip hop as the number one genre, with the amount of ears it has, with TikTok doing what it doing and people loving the dances.
Yeah.
It was the best of Snap, Hype, and Crunk all rolled into one, and that shit was futuristic. Like, he called it exactly what the fuck it was. That shit was ahead 100%. Of its time.
100%.
And because it was ahead of its time, people ain't know what the fuck to do with it, bruh.
Yeah.
And you could watch people slowly take pieces of it and make their own little movements. Shouts out to DC, but some of that little jerking and shit was like that with little pieces of that movement, bruh. They was mixing LA bounce with that Southern trap shit, bruh. And niggas don't never get they roses, man. They try to call nigga one-hit wonders and shit. And Young Lay had a bunch of dope ass music. Y'all wasn't privy to the mixtapes that got him hot enough to where Ain't I became a motherfucking charting song. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I know you fucking with it too, man. So I cede the floor to you to give you some time to talk about the crew, man.
No, do you have what was the timeline for that movement? You know what it was? Do you know the years? Because I remember I think I was in school. I'm gonna date myself. Like I was in, because I remember being able to go back to, we would go to the A, like for various occasions and shit, man. And like that shit was jumping off, and then we would bring it back up to the mountain, and we had the MCC going off during that period, bro. I got a quick question for you. Do you consider Travis Porter a part of that movement?
Hell yeah, I do. We talking 2000, the rise of it 2006, the peak of it 2008.
Yeah. And so because I consider them a part of it as well, and like the way they like how they branded that shit, man.
The first time I heard Spiffed Up, man, hell yeah, they count.
Yeah.
They were the Migos of the futuristic movement. Yeah. They were the trio that carried the movement. You goddamn right. Yeah.
Every it seemed like every wave have there's a few solo artists, but there's at least one duo, and there's got to be a trio that carry that shit. And I believe, Travis Porter they were futuristic, right? They were before their time, and the only thing that's been added in,
nigga, did your screen turn black?
I didn't see it.
Nigga, my computer turned, like, my screen turned black. It, like, apparently nothing cut out, though. Nigga, it was, you ain't hear that thunderbolt? Bruh, I hope your camera caught everything. You have to send me your video on this one, nigga, because I nutted up, and I don't respond. I ain't scared of lightning like that, but that shit sound like it hit right there, bruh.
Nah, yeah. You got your...
And the scariest thing, and the scariest thing about that shit is, light travel, like the lightning travel faster than the sound. So if you hear it hit like that close, the danger already been there.
Already go. Yeah.
Like that's the scary shit about lightning. That shit already up in your ass by the time you scared of it. Yeah. It's like I ain't bleeding, but you already dead. You feel what
Yeah. You never hear it hit you. You never hear the lightning bolt if lightning hit you. You done felt that shit already.
Hey, man. Hey, maybe the big homie Jesus thinking about young lady. He like, talk that shit. You feel what I'm saying? He up there. Bruh.
That shit was, it was the...
But you speaking facts about there being solo artists that carry it, there being duos and a trio. That's where the lightning hit. I'm sorry about the interruption.
Yeah, man. No,
we still recording. Yeah, we still good. Shit.
Yeah, that shit was insane, bro. Where y'all niggas be cooking up all these niggas at in the A, man? Like, it seems like it's how, I don't know, I guess, like, I don't know if there's another city that's comparable to the amount of talent that y'all have, like the amount of talent you have that pushes the boundaries. Like everybody else.
And I hate to say this as an East Side nigga, but everybody got their own little shit, bro. All the West Side niggas is the super aggressive, like ghetto hood niggas. Like hood niggas. All the South Side niggas is just cool as fuck, bro. All of them. These the 2 Chainz of the world and shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
North Side,
Andre 3000, because he College Park too, ain't he?
Mix of the East and the South Side, Headland and the low up to like the East Side. But
I think is South Side.
I mean, he Indiana. I'm playing whatever, but he don't get credit when we talking about Atlanta swag, bro. You fucking up my motion. T.I. West Side, 2 Chainz South Side.
Yeah.
The North Side is a mix of the two. So we talking Migos, we talking fucking who else up top? I ain't gonna get nobody else. But East Side, we the lyricists and the weirdos, cuz. We get him the North Side. But yeah, East Side the lyricists and the weirdos, the B.O.B.s, the C.O.Ds, the goddamn, the Andre 3Ks, the Gucci's, hell yeah, the Gucci, the OJ, the Juice, hell you talking about. We different over here. It's street niggas, but they still lyricists, cuz.
Yeah.
Slack, you talking about.
Yeah, he
said. Nigga. He said people call him 6 Slack and he don't mind.
Earth Gang, East Side niggas too.
Bruh, you add niggas to my shit. I don't know about they swag. I don't know them niggas. But if you speaking on them, that's cool. But you ain't an Atlanta nigga, and I want the podcast listeners to know that. You feel? That either be a chump about it, but I just keeping it 100. You feel what I said? I knew I forgot something. I ain't gonna tell you what it was. But yeah, man, you got to do thing. To close it out, some closing thoughts on that guy.
Oh, I can't talk about Atlanta niggas apparently. So no, I don't have anything left to say about Atlanta niggas apparently, since I can't talk about them.
Hey, fuck you, though. I'm just saying when I'm talking about what I see. What I'm talking about, what I see as the defining characteristics of what shaped the swag of regions, or like who I would say, okay, these niggas is these niggas. You notice I didn't say, and when you talk about them niggas is outside the city, these is Young Jeezy type niggas. I didn't say that. I don't know any niggas like that nigga, and I'm not saying he not like Atlanta niggas. I'm just saying I don't know any niggas like him. He one of a kind. Niggas go twist anything to be a shot. Fuck that shit, cuz. I rap better than whoever you want to put up. But I ain't trying to rap against nobody. I ain't wasting my art or my talent arguing with niggas. That shit juvenile.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking vax that thing.
That's a different argument. I don't like
rap beef.
It's stupid. Like niggas be wasting bars on each other. It's stupid. And they don't get paid from it. Unless you rap in a league, underground rap league, whatever the hell. But that shit, it is what it is. They do what the hell they want to do. Like people,
bruh, nigga pulled up at the stoplight.
Okay,
a nigga pulled up at the stoplight to stare at me. I guess expecting me to not be a big ass black dude, and then he tried to look back straight real fast, and I was like, nah. We got about 2-3 minutes, man. Go ahead, roll that window down. He rolled the window down. I said, you a grown ass man. You pulled up to the stoplight to what? Yell and scream at a little white lady? Like, had I not been me, what would you have done? He was like, man, I don't know. He felt silly as fuck, though. He just admitted to you, like, man. I was like, I'm not going to get out of my car and fight you. Do whatever you was going to do, man. We here. We still got about another minute and a half. The floor is yours. And he just started laughing. I was like, man, have a good day. Fucking man. We was over there on Peachtree. You know how the left lane, you got to go straight. The right lane, you turn right. Nigga needed to turn right and was furious that I didn't stop and let him go in front of me. I don't know what it is about people who don't know where the fuck they going, needing to be first. But I'd much rather you be behind me if you don't know where the fuck you going, so you can figure that out back there while I'm where I need to be. You feel what I'm saying? I know exactly where I'm going. I'm trying to get to the Chick-fil-A on West Peachtree. You feel what I'm saying? It's some minis that got my name on them.
Just pull over until you know where you're going.
Bruh, I swear to God.
I mean, that's the best thing to do. Just pull over until you know you got all this technology in your car and you still don't know where you're going.
They would rather
pull over until you figure
wield a 2,000-pound machine slowly, dangerously through the street than pull over for 2 minutes and then get where they going and not get caught by stoplights. You feel what I'm saying?
And that's one of the small ones. That's a Yaris. That's one of the small ones. Most niggas ride around in a 4,000-pound car, 2-ton guy.
Yeah, I already know. Oh yeah, you in Texas. Everything big out there.
Yeah,
talking about.
They
speaking of shit that's bigger, can I give you some timeline?
Give me some timeline.
Man, I ain't even got no article. I ain't got no direct link. The whole world I heard about this shit. So I'm just gonna talk to you about this shit, bro. But before I talk about it, I'ma just reference last week's episode when we talked about the social contract.
Yeah.
And making certain sacrifices of your own innate rights in order for civilization to exist.
Right.
Now, I'm going to read you a few things that are very simple. I'm going to read you a quick definition of divorce, and then I'm going to read you a definition. What the fuck? Nigga. I saved the article on divorce, and this shit got a Call of Duty ad. Motherfuckers be
I
wild.
wonder what those. Yeah, what correlation? Cats that make
You
perfect
feel what I'm
sense.
saying?
Cats getting divorced and they playing a whole lot of video games. Yeah, you looking to get divorced? We got go and get that PS5 and spend your time doing what you want to do, player. She ain't want you on that game.
Straight up.
She ain't want you on those sticks. Hop on those sticks, bro. We got you over here. That make perfect sense, bro. Well, they own it. That algorithm working. Hell no.
The algorithm say, "Damn, bro, I ain't even know you was married, but since you getting divorced."
Come hop on these sticks. Don't kill her. Come get you these wings. Get you a team together. Y'all
that shit started. You know how the AI do. The AI got embarrassed and started searching my back history to see if it missed the bachelor party. It's like, man, I should have advertised this nigga tickets to Vegas. What I'm doing? Did he road trip?
We still gonna get this money.
Straight up.
Yeah, come pay $1 million with this PS5.
Straight up, nigga. But yeah, divorce, also known as the dissolution of marriage, is the process of terminating a marriage or marital union. Divorce usually entails the canceling or reorganizing of the legal duties and responsibilities of marriage, thus dissolving the bonds of matrimony between married couple under the rule of law of the particular country or state. I'm going to read that again. Divorce entails the canceling or reorganizing of the legal duties and responsibilities of marriage, thus dissolving the bonds of matrimony between a married couple under the rule of law of the particular country or state. Then to say stuff about divorce laws varying wildly among different states and blah, 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 blah. Now, taking you forward. Damn, I saved divorce twice and didn't save marriage. I'm wild. Okay, marriage. Marriage is also called matrimony or wedlock. It is culturally recognized as union between people called spouses. It establishes rights, obligations between them, as well as between them and their children, and between them and their in-laws. It is considered a cultural universal, but It is considered a cultural universal, but the definition of marriage between cultures and religions over time. Yeah, see, whoever wrote this wild as fuck. But anyway, it establishes rights and obligations between them as well, between them and the children and between their in-laws. When they describe marriage, it is wildly ambiguous. But the most important part of this marriage article I wanted to read to you is something that talks about the history of it, because this has changed over time.
Okay.
Marriage has historically restricted the rights of women, who are sometimes considered as the property of their husband. Around the world, primarily in developed democracies, there has been a general trend towards ensuring equal rights for women within marriage, including abolishing coverture, liberalizing divorce laws, and reforming reproductive and sexual rights, and recognizing the marriage of interfaith, interracial, and same-sex couples. Now, said all that to say, Dr. Dre just got divorced, and his wife hitting him for $300,000 a month in spousal support, not child support, spousal support. Your thoughts, bro?
Fuck Dr. Dre, because he been beating women since the 80s apparently. But what we are exploring is him paying this spousal support. Man, this is what my mind immediately went to a story I heard on a podcast that I listened to called All the Smoke, Up in Smoke. So All the Smoke. I think it's All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and Stack 5. And
Let Kwame Brown
Stephen
tell it. It's
Jackson.
some of the smoke.
It's some of the smoke. Yeah. But I don't like, not even just to listen, like just to talk about one of the stories I heard on there. You hear Stephen Jackson talk about the day or leading up to when he was about to get married, and he was working to get his wife to sign the prenuptial agreement that his attorney sent over to her, and she refused to do them even when they showed up. Like he asked the month.
This really impacted you. You told me this story when you read it. Go ahead.
And they get to, he asked for her signature on the prenuptial agreement. Like he sent it to her attorneys, and her attorneys were supposed to give it to her and have it signed. She's like, yeah, I'll sign it, and just kept putting it off until they got up to the wedding day. And like a wedding day, he was like, look, I need you to sign the prenuptial agreement before we actually do this. So it's a legally binding agreement, you know, like none of the terms or anything have been changed. Like
there are no post-nuptials.
Yeah, right. There are no post-nuptial agreements. This is a prenuptial thing. This is a in anticipation of agreement, and she wouldn't do it. And so it got to the point where like they had already paid for the wedding and everything, and then he called it off right before. Hold on a second. Go out. And he called off the wedding because he was like, no, like we're not about to go into this agreement and then without you signing it, like we're not about to do this, like this legally binding, because that's all like marriage is it's legal, like it's legally binding. It's a contract between two people, and you have certain obligations once you sign that contract, and don't nobody want to be liable for like something like this, man. Like having to deal with paying somebody $3.5 million a year for spousal support. Like this ain't even for my kids who are all grown and out of the house.
Until you or they die or marries someone else. So it incentivizes them to not get married again and just date.
Right.
So that you fund the rest of their life. Let me jump in here, man, and give you some thoughts on this shit, man. I don't know the details of everything that went on. And as you stated previously, I don't really give a fuck about Dr. Dre. I'm talking about spousal support as a concept. And the reason I read the definition of marriage and divorce, because divorce is the dissolution of marital responsibilities. And something that I find to be flat out fucking disgusting about the way divorce is done in America, to my eyes, is the woman's marital responsibilities become null and void at the dissolution of marriage. There is not one marital duty that a wife upholds for a husband that she is still beholden to once that marriage is dissolved.
Yeah.
But the chief amongst the duties of a husband, he is obligated to until death. How the fuck is that fair? Providing is the chief duty of a husband. Protection is number 2. Protection and provide. Hand in hand. It's not his job to still protect, but it's his job to still provide. Like, I'm not even going to go on a whole rant and a diatribe. I'm going to just toss that basic thing back to you. Prove me wrong about it not being okay that a man is to uphold the most important responsibility, provider, but a female, a partner, holds no responsibilities of the union after the dissolution of marriage. How are they reforming the responsibilities of the marriage if the wife is beholden to none of them? And I'm going to go ahead and address the elephant in the room because I heard somebody say, but Dr. Dre cheated. I don't give a fuck, bro. Let's keep it like, let no cap. Let's just talk about it, bro. This nigga has provided an environment where if you choose to, you haven't had to work since you've started being their paramour. You have not been made for the home. You have not been cooked for the home because of private chefs, this, that, and the third. You have been taken care of extremely well. If a nigga is unsatisfied sexually, I'd be damned if you tell me that mean he should be taxed until he die because he went out to solve that problem himself. And any man who's been in a relationship has been through shit where they know, I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit. Women will put you on droughts. They use monogamy as leverage. And they will test your patience and commitment through withholding physical affection. And I don't know the details of the situation, but when you the type of nigga who don't have to seek physical affection, the shit is offered to you on a regular basis, you get to the point of where it make you physically like sick to turn that shit down when you're being deprived of it from the person you agreed to only go to for physical affection. And you're not going to tell me that getting to the point where you fed up with that shit mean you should be beholden to your responsibilities of the union for the rest of your life, even though your partner wasn't fulfilling you physically, sexually. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether there was a disconnect and it was mutual, whatever it be, if there wasn't a connection and you sought to fulfill that need that every human being has in their life, just like satiating a hunger for food, having the need for closeness, having the need for touch. Sex is sacred. Shouts out to the Space Jam movie, Bugs Bunny. Sacred energy exchange. To have a craving, a need for that physical connection and not be getting it from who you want to go outside of the marriage, I understand that means you broke the contract, you broke the tenant, you broke the agreement. It's time to dissolve this shit. I'd be damned if that means I'm responsible for most of my responsibilities in the union and you aren't responsible for any when that potentially doesn't happen if you are taking care of a nigga within the union. You feel what the fuck I'm saying? How does you not doing your job obligate me to do mine for the rest of my life and then you get to continue to not do your fucking job?
Or you get to go do it with somebody else.
You feel what I'm saying? And the whole thing about it, bruh, the reason I say this is women treat it like niggas have a aversion to marriage. No, the fuck we don't. Niggas don't have no aversion to commitment. Niggas have an aversion to stupid ass agreements. Why the fuck would I ever agree to some shit that has that potentiality? I'm going to agree to a lifelong agreement that has an out clause that obligate me to all of my responsibilities, but you to none of yours. I will never love somebody enough to agree to some shit that obligate me to all of my responsibilities, but don't obligate you to any of yours. Fuck that shit, bro. And if you need that security, I ain't the nigga for you, and I respect that. I was an econ major, bro. That's the dumbest business contract on the goddamn planet, and I can't believe anybody signed that shit. Any fucking body. Like, that shit, bro. I toss it back to you because I'm getting pretty dark on this shit. But what are your thoughts, G?
I definitely understand where you're coming from, and what I'll do is, like, I don't disagree with you. Like, that is because I wonder if it's the other way around. Like, if it's, say, if Kimora Lee was married to a Joe Blow, or Naomi Campbell was married to a Joe Blow, and or somebody not as accomplished as she was, or
Britney Spears, Kevin Federline.
Right. So is Britney having to take, like, when they dissolved their marriage, does that mean that Britney had to take care of Kevin Federline?
I know he got custody, and I believe the conservatorship pay child support. That's the most I'm willing to speculate because I'm not knowledgeable about all the other details.
Well, like, say if Naomi Campbell married a Kevin Federline type, and she steps out on him. Like, are we gonna see a settlement like this for him? Like, is this, because it looks like it usually happens to the guy. Like, I've never heard outside of Britney Spears. Like, when Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey split up, I don't know what happened in that agreement. I think there may have just been an exchange of custody of the children, or something of the like. But I don't know, like, if there's any money or anything to change hands. So I think it's always one-sided, and so I don't think that's ass. And so my advice to guys, because I don't foresee it changing, nor do I know any avenue to institute that change. Like, I don't know what's gonna make the courts change the way that's handled in society is currently constructed. But I know over 25 years, I think, of marriage, 24 years, or however, over 20 years of marriage, like, people change, and people change every single day. But man, know who you're marrying, or don't get married, because that's really the only way to yeah. Like,
and the connecting
you gotta
piece,
protect yourself, because that's 3.5. Like, obviously, like, he got it like that, but at the same time, like, it's the principle.
But just talking about the concept of it, bro, on the principles, over time, we as a culture and society and world have grown out of the age of seeing women as a transactional piece in a marriage. They are no longer property. There are no longer dowries given, like you're paying for you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for so many of these tenets to change, and for an inheritance to not come with your wife anymore, to have to split half of your fortune doesn't make sense. That shit come from a time where you had to do that to ensure the future of your family, because if you only had a daughter and you didn't have a male heir, your daughter would get all of your farmland. So if she got married, that would become theirs in the union. And whatever they built as a union, if they ever split, they split it down the middle 50-50. For so many entertainers and different people of affluence to marry people who are not even in their industry, I'm not even going to say not wealthy, but they aren't even in their industry. Like a manager who then gives them tips and different things, who reads scripts and did it. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, isn't even in their industry. For them to get half a motherfucker's net worth and shit like that, and $300,000 a month, and it be the man responsibility to maintain the quality of life that they had in the relationship. Fucking why?
Yeah.
Why? If his woman was an amazing chef, it ain't her responsibility to make sure he eat 4 hot meals a motherfucking week.
And I wonder
if he don't know how to work a washing machine, he got to get a maid. She don't come by and wash his motherfucking clothes no more. If he always forget to lock the front door, he is vulnerable, and somebody might break in his goddamn house because she not there to lock the door for him every night. It's little shit, that your partner make you whole on, and he missed all of that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit ain't right, bro.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody's ever asked that question. It's just like, hey, why I gotta keep up her lifestyle? Like, she wouldn't have been living, like, had she not met me, is it guaranteed she was living this lifestyle?
This lifestyle was a part of what made me appealing. If you not with me no more, you not with the fucking lifestyle. A nigga was talking about that shit on another thing I was watching. He was like, man, you be dating a nigga, like, it ain't his job to maintain that lifestyle for you. You fell in love with how he lived. Whatever restaurant you go to that's y'all favorite restaurant, that's where he liked to eat. He took you to a restaurant he go to. You know what I'm saying? He started breaking it down. I was like, I do be taking chicks over there to, I ain't gonna say the name, but I said Agave over there on the Boulevard. That shit, bro. It's the only place I order salmon. That shit delicious. You hear me, nigga? It's the only restaurant in the world I'll eat salmon at. I've ordered it other places. I haven't ever ordered it twice and anywhere else. You feel what I'm saying?
Salmon?
I put an L in it.
Okay, that's interesting.
What, you want me to say salmon?
No, you can say it however the hell you want to.
I say it because the reason I say it like that is because fake tough niggas like to say they wearing salmon colored shirts when they got on pink shirts. When they got on Bink.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga, this Bink, cuz. Barkley built bookies. But can I play devil's advocate for a second, bruh? I know I've been doing that a little bit, but on a lighter note. You gonna respond?
I said, yeah, my bad.
Give me more than a yeah, nigga. This a conversation.
Man, I want to make one more point, man. Can I make a point?
Do your thing.
Man, make sure your lady make more money than you like mine. You're going to have to maintain my lifestyle. But give me some headlines.
I will not.
Oh, that ain't where you was going with this?
That nigga P said, I'm a derail this motherfucker. I makes the show. Fuck it. I give you some headlines. I was trying to play devil's advocate. That nigga P said.
You sure said devil's advocate.
That's how I know you weren't paying attention. That was like, nigga, you gonna talk? He was like, it's your go. All right. Kanye West Donda listening party breaks Apple Music streaming record. T.I. voices support for DaBaby following homophobic comments, brings Lil Nas X into the conversation. You asked for it. You asked for these headlines. Gunman beaten to death with bricks after allegedly shooting at Fort Worth party. Well, he dead now. That nigga did it. It's their word versus his, and he ain't got words.
No more words for that nigga.
Hey, he did that shit.
Oh man,
They Hunger Games that nigga. You already know what happened in that story.
Nothing about T.I. DaBaby right now.
If I could be completely honest, I didn't read that story, so I could blind react with you if you chose it.
You know what? Fuck it, we here. Let's go with that story, man. I want to hear that one. I don't want to hear what these idiots got to say. These two fucking idiots, man.
Shouts out to Ye and Donda and whoever listens to that album. Y'all tell me how it was.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I read the reviews. Facts. Again, headline. This story is by Complex. when stuff like that happening, feel free to be like, yeah, as my brother puffs a cigar. Yeah, say some bullshit like that. Cause we are audio medium. We don't need that dead silence.
And
Go
since
ahead.
my dog is puffing a Monte Cristo White Series, and he puffing his cigar, he thinking about all the days in his past when he didn't have a cigar. It's a smooth pull. He wish he had a glass of bourbon sitting next to him, but he does have an ice cold tea. Looks to be, it's not an Arnold Palmer. It has an orange tint to it. Maybe it has a little bit of ginger in that thing. I doubt it got any sugar in there. I'm sure he got some limons.
I just knew you was gonna take a Jamie Foxx left turn and start roasting me. I'm your conscience. I was like, oh, don't do me, cause you know, cigar is kind of phallic, and the story by Complex is T.I.
I don't want that shit to backfire on me if I'm lighting one up.
Hey, you smoke the big ones too, yeah. You like them big daddies.
Hold up. Bro, I saw a tweet where a woman said, this is a big dick hate account. And I don't know why that shit made me laugh. And then if you follow that sentence up with, where you going with all that? I don't know why that shit made me laugh as hard as it did, bro. But I would laugh my ass off.
That deserve a follow. Whoever she is, send me that tweet. You favorite it?
This nigga C.O.D. DecaturboyMusic, you know what I'm saying? And if you seeing this, you already tuned in to another session of GSH, aka Gimme a headline. And no matter where I'm at, it really the flight deck. But right now, we introducing you to the inaugural session. We like the word inaugural. Shouts out to everybody. Except you know who, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Obama. But anyway, inaugural session, recipe for success. And you know, no matter where you at a basement studio in Colorado, in the street, you know what I mean, in a college dorm or anywhere, it's always a blessing to kick up dust, you know what I'm saying, to fuck up a little bit of breakfast. And my favorite breakfast item out of all of them, very simply, is an omelet. So today I'm going to show y'all how to make a very simple egg white omelet. First things first, you want a couple of eggs. And you know, I got me a few 3 grade A large eggs. Very simple. And it's a few different ways to get to your egg whites if you going to get your whites. You know what I'm saying? Separated from your yolks. And I'm going to show you a couple. The very first, you take your egg, crack that guy, take your 2 halves, and make a boat with them. And you just rock that guy back and forth. You feel what I'm saying? And you let the whites drop out of it. A little tedious, but you know, if you patient, if you're only making an omelet for you, it's all great. If you just be patient, you rocking back and forth. These eggs were sitting in the refrigerator, so you gotta be a little bit more patient with those. And boom, we got that guy out. Now, my guy Tom showed me this when I was working in Wyoming, and it saved me so much time. You want to do this with gloves if you're cooking for other people, but you crack that guy, and you just crack that guy straight into your hands and grip it. That's it. You just grip it, and the yolk sit right in your goddamn hands. It's the most ridiculous solution to a difficult problem ever. Like, it's just perfect. I love it, and that's how we gonna do these second two. Straight like that. Shouts out to Tonk. Shouts out to Green Bay, even though Aaron Rodgers got his ass smacked this year. You know what I'm saying? It be like that sometimes. Wiggle. Boom. And now you got your yolk separated, and I'm going to leave them with the shells because we throwing all that away. You know what I mean? We just going to keep the country out here this go around. Matter of fact, I'm going to throw this in my workstation over here. So now we took that step. We got our eggs together. We're going to set this in our workstation. And now we're going to get our veggies together, starting out with a little onion, little tomato, and a little green pepper. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go with an egg white omelet. Then we're gonna create a little bit of color somewhere else, because you know we like color, whether it's us, you know what I'm saying, and our food, whatever you want to do, and maybe it's the melanated in me. Let me get my little honey out the way, because excuse me, before I even got my session started, I made myself up a nice little cup of Java. Let me go ahead and grab that, show y'all how I'm living. And you see it's some stress relief. Very simple concoction. We ain't gonna shout out the brand. We showed it. We ain't gonna say it out loud for the audio platform. Delicioso. While I'm cutting up my veggies, because it ain't gonna take me long, I'm gonna go ahead and get my pan hot. This is a little cheap Walmart pan. You get you one for like $5. And it gets the G.O.W. on. Got me a little Evo, little extra virgin olive oil. I keep mine in a little squirter because it makes me feel like a chef. Shouts out to all my hood niggas. Damn, you know what I mean? And to get your onion skin off, man, it's a lot of different methods. People do different things, but I'm gonna do this how I do this. We just cut it like this. Wow. Straight at the top, straight like that. Straight at the bottom. Take that, throw that in the staging area. Straight in my eggs, but I ain't have to tell y'all that. But you know, real rap with no cap, but then you just chop that guy like that. Make it easy to grab that skin. Peel that guy right on me. Look at that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Shouts out to my dog Phil. Then we ain't gonna need much because we only making a half an egg. For the rest of it, half an egg. We only making one omelet. For the rest of that in my Tupperware. We're going with a simple, you know what I'm saying, chop, nothing too crazy. I ain't gonna julienne or dice it or nothing like that. You cut up your onion however you want your onion. I'm a big fan of it, and when you cook it, it's gonna shrink up a little bit. And I like to saute mine until they good and done. So I like to have somewhat big chunks in my onion. This is a nice giant white onion. You can use yellow onion to have a nice little sweet flavor. Always great. You drop that right on in our pan like that. Wow, just one little pinch. That's all you need of any veggie. Everything in moderation. I lied, 2 pinches. Man. Take the rest and straight in the Tupperware. Heavy bass with a low fade, I'm high. Tents hiding that smoke haze, that's right. No edits, no spills. We got interns to clean up all that bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? But for your pepper, you got niggas who do all kind of shit. De-seed your pepper. They cutting it up. They doing it. They go like, yeah. Yeah, and I ain't got time for all that shit. So what we do is we just cut off the part of the pepper you can use. Work smarter, not hard. I don't know where you from, but we from the hood. You heard me? And then boom, we cutting up pepper. We cutting up pepper. What you doing? You still playing with seeds and shit. Them seeds right where they were, they gonna stay there. We cutting up pepper. And what I told you, pinch it, drop it. Pop, lock, and stock it. You know what I'm talking about? All that good shit. Throw that in our staging area, but we gonna double down. Cause we ain't cut skin off that guy for no reason. We cut that skin off with the wind, you heard me? And if you can hear that sizzle, it kinda got it at a nice little simmer, you know what I'm saying? Starting to brown them onion. Shouts out to my New Orleans niggas. Shouts out to P when they got him okay, yo. I ain't talking about Zatarains, you know what I'm talking about? But yeah, we gonna keep that going and try to keep y'all a recipe for success in this show every week. Alternate back and forth. This the C.O.D inaugural session, so it's gonna be on P next week. We might try to talk them into blessing y'all with their old shrimp and grits, you know what I'm saying? Lord shrimp and grits. Lord shrimp and grits. And tomatoes, they're very delicate, so you just want to be gentle when you cut these, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're dealing with your baby. Very soft. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to bruise. And I just quarter these because, you know, once again, I like big chunks that'll shrink as you saute. And if you notice, I went with a nice onion, you know what I'm saying, a good white. It'll be off-white in comparison to the egg whites. Then went with a little red and green, so y'all can really see the veggies in my omelet. Normally, I'm more of a big mushroom guy, but I figured it's a show, so why not sauce it up for the show? You feel what I'm saying? And you know, me and P two different people, but one thing you'll find out very quickly from my recipe for successes is the first thing that's gonna get baked is the motherfucking shell. You heard me? And I'll be back on that note. Gotta drop the toast in the oven. We gonna be giving y'all a sample of music through different shit, and I figure if we gonna be in here cooking up, why not give y'all a sample of when we cooking up? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Them veggies getting cooked up when it got the phone, so I give y'all a little close up of the veggies, yeah, man. Real saucy cookie around this motherfucker, yeah, man. That was stolen a week before I was about to paint in my senior year of high school. That's to the cut, dog. Shout out to my nigga Mean, man. It's cool if you ride for him, but me and my niggas from the struggle always dreamed of growing up and whipping American muscle. Watching pimp my ride before the fish tanks and bullshit. Real life pimp niggas, good night, old whip. Digi dashing the cut and switching sofa scenes for buckets. Dropping rims on that bitch, make it look like the ties and road ain't touching. I just love it. See niggas caught that shell, start talking about what he gon' do. Send me a year later, and all of his dreams came true. I'ma redo that engine. JBL, everything but my baby. Leather out my interior. And I really feel like because I on the road to riches, nigga, long live Kane. Shout out to all of my niggas that's doing the same thing. Who pushing their old school, keeping that bit right. Who left 3 minutes ago and you can still hit a pipe. Vibe out to that smoking for me.
Favorited it? You got that bitch saying so well?
I don't, man. I just kept going.
That was a good. He said I kept scrolling.
I just kept scrolling.
He said I lived it. I wasn't gonna forget it.
Right.
I appreciate you sharing that one.
That shit was 3 days ago, and it's stuck with me. He said, "This is a big nigga hate account. Where you going with all that?" Yeah, I really don't even know what she meant. Ladies who listen to Give Me Some Headlines, would you please? Actually, you don't. Don't reach out to me and tell me what she meant. I don't care. It served its purpose. It was funny to me. And whoever was supposed to get it, they got it. Everything ain't meant for you.
Yeah. I got an interpretation of it, but I'm going to keep it to myself as we talk about T.I. supporting DaBaby following homophobic comments and bringing Lil Nas X into it. This nigga going at Nike. I don't know if you want to smoke with Lil Nas X, but blind reacting to this story with you, my brother. I'm going to put it up toward the camera.
That's the answer to that. You don't want to smoke with that little cat, bro.
It's not Lil Cat. He way bigger than T.I. He might beat that nigga ass.
He like 6'2". He like 6'2".
He might beat that nigga ass. Like, why you bringing my name in this shit, nigga?
Like, he like 20. He like 19 or 20. That dude's gonna make a lot of money, bro. Like, he came up in the internet.
Finna.
Yeah, that's true.
Already.
That's true. Man, shouts out to you, little brother. Little brother. He is on
geometry. But anyway, bro. The
I'm glad we picked this one because we get to have some conversation about it. I know it wasn't the most articulate argument on my behalf, and you posed some really good points. But I think that I do think that we need people pushing it. Like we need people like DaBaby. Like as crazy as it may sound, I don't even think it sounds crazy on my behalf, but I know other folks it's like, oh, like you can't be out here like you gotta have folks to say crazy shit out loud because it lets you know what a lot of other people is thinking. And whenever you have those, and you're able to have a larger conversation, even if he's not willing to listen to it, you're able to get to an understanding with folks who are willing to have an open dialogue about heterosexuality, homosexuality, the Black community, where we stand on either side, who needs to listen to who. Like, if you're willing to listen to it, I believe it's probably some good conversation being had. And it's not just, and I hate when, because the reason I hate comments like the ones DaBaby made is because all you're going to get is some two sides. And then you're going to get some, or you're going to probably get three sides. You're going to get some attackers, some defenders, and then you're going to get some people who just standing on the fence because they just don't give a fuck and they want to watch the world burn. But
I like Tip simply defend his right to say it.
Yeah. And yeah, I made my comments about Tip not completely understanding why he would step in, but like it makes sense. Because Tip make a lot of wild assertions himself. So he knows, and he
nigga fucking up my peripherals. Yeah. You remember them commercials? I mean, them cartoons that was on YouTube? Oh man.
Oh man. Yeah, I do not
remember. These niggas slide through this bitch in my peripherals. Like, he would choose a couple of big words and just flame that bitch. Man, he had a bunch of Lil Wayne cartoons. I'm gonna find them bitches, bro.
Yeah. He but yeah, man, I, as a heterosexual man, I try to be, I know we are the white men of sexuality, I guess. And so I try to acknowledge my privilege, because I know
I ain't the white man of a goddamn thing. We are the majority community. We are not the minority or disenfranchised in society as heterosexual males. I say that.
Okay.
I ain't the white shit.
Okay. That's fair. The majority, I want to make space for.
No offense.
As somebody who is,
plenty of
part
pride.
of the majority, I want to make space for the people who live a lifestyle different than my own. And they deserve their space as well, but they don't deserve the disrespect. The same one we talked about in that cow we had a while back. They don't get the disrespect. And I wish we could find some common ground. But
the thing that's becoming weird, bruh, is like heterosexuality exists in silence in a lot of ways, while like it's not a part of your identity. You feel what I'm saying? It's not a character trait. And every part of heterosexuality that was public or on display is almost being eradicated. Like, I don't know a situation that don't classify as street harassment. Where can you holler at chicks, bro?
No, you can't. Not anywhere anymore. They have to come find you.
I am not an online nigga, bro. I am not an online nigga, bro. I talk to people in real life. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I fuck around a little bit, but it's silly shit. But on some basic shit, bro. Every situation is not okay to bother women. That's where women bother me. That's where I get my traction at. I'm like, God damn, I could, like, the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, I turn. Motherfucker done watch me do 3 sets on the bench press at the gym. How much longer you working out? Shit, probably about 15, 20 minutes. I'm gonna still be here. Let's get a smoothie for it out. God damn, you're very direct. I with it though. I'll see you in a second. And then, like, the whole time I be in the mirror, I look in the mirror, This motherfucker is slanted watching me do curls in the mirror. And I'm like, if I, like, this is how I tried to holler at her, she wouldn't be waiting on me to get a fucking smoothie. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I came and, like, even if she responded well, like, to me coming up, like, hey, how you doing? I seen you doing squats. And I was like, yeah, I mean, you trying to get a smoothie when you how long you working that? Yes, how long you getting your sweat on? You feel that? I'm trying to see what them glutes doing. Yes, that's some bullshit like that. You feel what I'm saying? I just wanna, cause that's what she did. She was like, I just wanna, and like she was gonna touch my chest, and I was like, hold on now, some shit like that, some little stupid shit, whatever. But anyway, had I did that with like her ass cheeks after she came off the squat machine, like niggas who seen the interaction would have had me here. I'd have been doing the wine that motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? I'd have been like, oh, no, she was feeling it, dog. You can't holler at a chick like that. But that, like, I ain't gonna cap. that shit that hurt my confidence, my ego, or how hard I went the rest of my workout. You feel what I'm saying? I took my shower. I was like, let me spray on the extra little Gucci Sprit. Fuck you, time back. Yeah, say, guy here, how you doing? Let me get a banana smoothie. Anytime.
Talking about this shit looking like Eric Benet is fucking hilarious to me.
Hey, fuck you, dog. Fuck you, dog.
with the 6 unbuttons.
You a dick. But how you feel about that, bro? That they could approach in any situation and men are receptive and like, hey, yeah, fuck with me. So you, and that's the funniest thing. That why nigga be talking that high value male bullshit and ain't gonna reference you know who, cause that's a hot button topic, just saying the nigga name. That why they be talking that high value male shit, not because it count, but simply the niggas who having positive interactions with women are niggas who women want to interact with. The notion that a nigga is supposed to grind, work hard, accumulate resources and assets, knowledge, money, the type of job where he has time to allocate to his paramour or paramours. And then it is incumbent upon him to then say, I am going to give you control of all of these resources. You will decide when I get physical affection instead of me. You will have half of the decision on where I go for vacation. You will have half of the decision on where I live. And if we split, you get to keep all that shit. And then I pay, like I ain't even gonna go back into divorce, but you feel what I'm saying? The shit insane. You have to get to a level, like an extremely high level of value to be the type of nigga who can be disrespectful, I guess. You feel what I'm saying? And I ain't the type of person to be running around doing fuck shit. I'm very much a transparent person. My grandma taught me at a young age, baby, if you tell the truth, you can forget what you said, because the truth is the same every time. So if I want to be in a monogamous relationship, I'm not in one. I have never cheated on anybody I've ever dealt with. Because if I wanted to be doing some fucking, then I had a conversation and I went to live my motherfucking life.
Yeah.
It was that simple to me.
Can I play devil's advocate for a second?
Do that thing, man.
The opposite sex, women, have to jump through a whole lot of hoops, go through a whole lot of precautionary measures, not all the time, but in certain cases, to protect themselves from assault, rape, what have you, a lot more so than men have to. So I think this is the assault that we have to protect ourselves from, is the protection of our most valuable resources, which are our money, job, lifestyle, well-being. Like,
damn,
they have to protect themselves.
That's a hell of a way to look at it. Yeah.
This is the thing that we have to protect ourselves from You know what I'm saying? Like that side is stronger when it comes to coming taken away from us. As we are stronger, men are stronger. That's what I mean by the we is going and taking away from them like their most valuable asset, which is their peace of mind for the most part. So
as opposed to say stronger, it is something that is, I don't want to say heisted, but it is more easily when you talk about protecting resources, women have to worry about their vessel being in jeopardy as opposed to the things they accumulate in the world. You feel what I'm saying? That's what you're saying.
Right.
Men are purveyors of physical danger, and they are more esoteric. It's more of like, I don't want to say conceptual because it's real, it's physical, but it's not. They'll fuck your metaphysical up. They'll fuck your head up.
Yeah.
They are more purveyors over the resources accumulated external. You know what I'm saying? And women themselves are God beings and the resource that needs to be protected, both in a partnership and as a single person. But that's the thing. As a single person, fuck it, man. We don't spend too much time. We keep circling back to Dre. We got to get out of that. Can I play devil's advocate for a second?
I try to get that. Yeah, go ahead, do your thing, man.
Man, this nigga AD might have fumbled the bag that Giannis just picked up.
Talk about it.
Man, the boy J. Rue Holiday just proved himself to be a championship point guard. Am I right or am I wrong?
Right.
And what did you hear everybody say as this nigga picked Chris Paul up, the nigga that said could have been the MVP this year, who dropped 40 to close out the Clippers and I started to say Kawhi Leonard, he got hurt. Paul George and Pat Beverly, the best defensive. That nigga locked Chris Paul ass up.
Yeah.
Whole series, they calling this man the best defensive guard in the league. This nigga, Anthony Davis, who could have won Depoy this year if he didn't get hurt. Giannis won Depoy last year. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Passed up. Him being in the Giannis role as a nigga who can shoot free throws, as a nigga who can shoot three-pointers, as a nigga who ain't sacrificing anything in the motherfucking paint, who got better footwork, more jelly, more glass work, more game in the paint. He is complete on offense and complete on defense. He is Giannis with no weaknesses except for health.
Yeah. But that's a hell of a weakness.
He passed up his Middleton being Zion Williamson, nigga. The big three would have been Anthony Davis, Zion Williamson, and J. Rue motherfucking Holiday. Imagine the defense them niggas would have been able to put together with J. Rue on the perimeter, Zion patrolling and roaming, and AD. Man, God damn. You feel me?
And that team had JJ Redick too. So that team had a sharpshooter.
Bruh. And they had pretty much every top pick from the Lakers from the past goddamn decade. Before the trade, they had Josh Hart.
Yeah.
They had the nigga that went to New York. What bruh name?
Julius
Randle. Motherfucking, you feel what I'm saying? Bruh. And Julius Randle became an all-star. The reason they let him go is because they weren't sure if they were going to be able to re-sign AD because he wasn't enough incentive for him to stay. They'd had Julius Randle, motherfucking J. Rue Holiday, Zion Williamson, and Anthony Davis, bruh. Imagine the vets they could have got to sign to that motherfucking team, bruh. Imagine what that should have looked like after 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Bruh. I see the flow to you, bruh. That I've presented my case. AD fumbled the bag that Giannis just scooped up, bruh.
Yeah.
Think about this, bruh. J. Rue was traded in the deal to get AD out to LA. He was the teammate that wasn't good enough to help keep AD in New Orleans. And he was the piece that the Milwaukee Bucks got to ensure Giannis that they would secure the type of talent he needed to win a championship. And the year Giannis re-signed that contract, that boy go get him a goddamn ship. Talk to the people.
And that's the thing, man. It's funny because you look at the team that Phoenix put together, but they put together an incredible team. But you look at that team and the makeup of it is you got that young budding superstar in Devin Booker. Yes, and then you match him with that big man in DeAndre Ayton. And the missing link for that team getting to the finals was Chris Paul, a point guard. And so for J. Rue to be the dude who's like, to put a stop to that run, like them boys won 4 straight games, man. They went complete Tyronn Lue, and they lost the first 2 games and then ran off 4 straight. But yeah, to have that budding superstar, man, and then have that complimentary player, and then be missing like that point guard. Because I watched the majority of most games, but I saw Drew have a lot of shooting woes during the series, and it made more sense to me. Like as I watched the later games, it's like, man, this dude is on defense is going crazy. Like, no wonder his shot off. Like, shit. Like,
because on defense, when you playing intense defense, you doing everything as hard as you can, and offense is finesse.
Right.
To play a hard 24 seconds, you get the ball at the end of a shot clock, you gonna clack that bitch out the backboard. You ain't shooting that bitch with no finesse. You gonna jump with dead legs, and you gonna release that bitch coming down. Cause you time cause everything is rhythm and hooping. And the reason your shot is off when you lose your legs is cause you have an internal clock. You jump and you like bang that motherfucker. But you're not in the air for as long as you normally in the air. You know what I'm saying? For the non-hooping motherfuckers out there. That's why not having your legs up under you fuck up your jump shot, because you're not at the same apex.
Yeah. But it's I agree, man. I don't have any argument against what you're saying. And
I mean, but he is in LA instead of New Orleans.
He is in LA versus New Orleans, man. And he is around somebody who has more, like he is around somebody who's been a part of championship teams in 3 different cities now. And he's with the GOAT, being mentored by the GOAT. So
but he came into the season out of shape, not ready, and then got hurt all year. He ain't following in the footsteps.
Yeah. Everybody
he Dwayne Wade him. Dwayne Wade wasn't out of shape, but he was hurt on him the whole time.
He was always hurt. Yeah, he was always hurt. I don't know what. I think Buddy's still, like his body's still getting acclimated to all that muscle and shit he put on. Because, I mean, he went from 6'2". He was 6'2" at, 15 years old? That man ain't even 30 yet. I think he's like 26. So he 10 years into that body, 11 years into that body, and it went from being skinny.
You don't stop growing till you about 26, too. He might still be growing and shit.
You know, I think it's just not that muscle mass, and like now he got that muscle mass on top of that skinny frame he used to having, and I don't think So he really gonna have to get with Bron and that, because that's what Bron did. It's like Bron wasn't never unavailable.
Shit, he need to get with Giannis.
That's what he really need to get with.
I don't know how Giannis stayed symmetrical, but he built his body very well for the game of basketball. Yeah. Every time I see him land after taking off, because he's so fucking fast, when he lands and he is celebrating or flexing, the confidence he have in his knees bring me joy, because I think I'm going to get at least a decade of him hooping like this. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I love that he taking care of his body, because I saw Shaq go coast to coast and jump from damn near the free throw line in Orlando, and I thought I was going to get that in L.A., and about 2 years in, he was Big Shaq.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna see Big Giannis 3 years from now.
I pray we don't. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's part of his game.
Yeah.
But as far as AD go, man, like I don't know. It's that team it was disjointed in the first place.
My
And it don't
content
work.
drive.
It don't work when he not. Yeah, like I think we're looking at a very different season if he's healthy, but he wasn't healthy. He wasn't available. And I don't. They built something special in Milwaukee that I don't think we gave it enough credit. I don't know who the GM is out there, but he put together a nice squad. And then we got Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton became
black
Chris
dude,
Middleton,
I
and
think.
people said that it seemed like all of them have been in that.
I'm lying. It's John
Toronto.
Horst.
John Horst. I don't know who the hell that is, but I know he ain't a brother. Yeah, I know. I know James Jones is the GM in Phoenix. And then we got Toronto is a.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, James Jones. I was thinking about Phoenix. That's why I got excited. I was like, I think that James Jones, but it wasn't him. I ain't say it out loud. I'm glad I did.
And I hated I hated Chris Paul was a part of that team because that was the reason. Like, if it wasn't for Chris Paul, I'd have wanted Phoenix to win.
I love that it was because they lost. Exactly. And I hope he get the fuck on.
Yeah. No,
and this was funny. I hope he get the fuck on and they try out one of these guards that don't go to the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? They're like, okay, let's get us another point guard, but not him. What that boy John Wall up to? Just try another nigga out.
Get John Wall, bro. Please, somebody come get John Wall out of this godforsaken sports city, man. I ain't even a part of this bullshit.
Yeah, you is. Don't try to drop him now. You was courtside a couple years ago. Not to cut you off, bro, but can I give you a headline?
Come on with it, man.
We gonna switch sports, cuz. Basketball season over, cuz.
Yeah.
You heard me, cuz.
It's over. It's over.
I'm gonna give you 3 quick ones, bro, straight out the chamber. Madden NFL 22 ratings and rankings. The best players for the 2021 season, 99 Club.
Okay.
That story is by ESPN. Next story by NBC Sports. NFL has said nothing to Deshaun Watson as to whether or not he'll be placed on paid leave. And that boy Aaron Rodgers up there not showing his ass in Green Bay and thereby showing his ass. That's my headline. We all know what's going on. So your choice of the 3.
And let's see what that
Madden
up here now, man.
Okay, he said, fuck it. He said, nigga, you know, we already know, bro. We going mad. Okay. This story is by ESPN. It's about Madden NFL 22 ratings and rankings, the best players for the 2021 season, NFL 99 Club. Training camp begins for all 32 NFL teams this week, which means Madden NFL 22 season is almost upon us. This year's version of the video game will be released worldwide on August 20th. Who will join the 99 Club after 5 made it last year? Those players will be revealed during Get Up on... Oh, fuck y'all. I ain't advertising that bullshit. I thought it was in the article. Yeah, they some hoes. They ain't got the list yet. Wide receivers. The position continues to be one of the most competitive in the NFL, one of the tightest races based on Madden ratings. An argument can be made for any of the top 6 receivers to be ranked number 1 overall in this year's game. And really, when it comes to gameplay, it's more about the preferences. Tyreek Hill, number 1 speed, 99. Oh, man,
I want to guess. Let me guess.
Oh, I'm sorry. Number 1 speed.
Adams. And Devontae.
It's Tyreek Hill.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Okay, so
yeah, it's going to cheap.
if you prefer big-bodied wide receivers, who might be your man? I know who you gonna guess is not him. Nope.
It's not Julio.
Nope.
DeAndre.
Nope. I thought you was gonna say nope. I thought you was gonna say AJ Brown is Michael Thomas. Need guys that make the
slant boy.
Big body. That's why he big body. He going across the middle with linebackers.
Slant boy.
That's because Drew Brees wasn't throwing downfield. Need guys that make the impossible possible. Who is that?
Need guys. Oh, DeAndre.
Yep, and who else?
DeAndre and probably Devontae.
Nope.
Let's see.
What mama name?
Let me see.
What mama name? That's a clue right there.
JJ?
Julio.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. That makes sense.
He got a guy you wanted to say. He won a superb route runner.
Yeah, Devontae.
Who else?
Ooh. Ocho Cinco ain't in the league no more.
Who led the league last year, cuz?
Who led the league last year? Antonio Brown ain't in the league no more. Who led the league last year?
He used to have Kevin Stefanski as his offensive coordinator. The guy who's head coaching the Browns right now with Odell and Jarvis potentially not getting any targets this year. And now he led the league in receiving yards.
Oh my God.
Kevin Stefanski was in Minnesota.
Who was in Minnesota? Stephon Diggs. Yeah, that's my dog there, man.
You know that nigga fool on them routes, man. That nigga feet but that boy got tappers. You hear me? He got tappers on the bottom of them cleats. Yeah. You can't hear it because he on grass, but that boy got tap shoes on.
Yeah, that boy cold.
Bruh, the nigga don't decelerate when he go into his brakes. It look like he powering up. The way his fist pump is almost like they're moving at twice the speed of his feet. And that's how he don't slow down. It's almost like revving your car at 4,000 RPMs when it need to be going at 2,000. And he slide that bitch in the neutral, the hips dipping in it. That nigga, like when he running the waggle down the middle of the field and Josh throw that bitch up, oh man. I'd be like, I'm glad that boy last name. Nah, fuck that shit. I just thought about how slavery worked. Fuck the Allens, cuz. the non-melanated one.
Buddy, he did somebody so dirty.
I'm just petty. That was unnecessary. Who that is? Devontae?
No, Stephon. Stephon did somebody so dirty. He had like 14 catches for he did what my man did in the national championship game. Like shit. It was some ungodly shit, man. It wasn't even fair out there.
Hey man, but as we talk about football and give y'all a light introduction into football, man, we talked about Madden and ended up talking about the little receivers, man. Went through and had Pete guess some of the top stuff, man. But next week's Give Me Some Headlines is going to be to kick off the football season as we enter the NFL preseason starting when it debuts. We're going to start giving y'all these episodes current timeline. And it's going to be a hell of a prediction show. We're going to predict the winners of each division. We're going to have gamble prop bets. We're going to do it all, man. So make sure y'all tune in to GSH. That's a bet finale. Not finale. That's a bet kickoff. Hey, that a bet NFL kickoff. That's how we kicking off seasons, man, with a bunch of prop bets. How you feel about it, P?
No, I'm with that shit, man.
I'm gonna bust your ass this season, man. I thought you was gonna talk some shit, man. You ain't ready for the smoke. You ain't did no projections. P, my fantasy football guru. But we're gonna do the fantasy football kickoff closer to when it's draft season. That's why he my guru. I'm not on it right now. I do it about a week out, like I used to do my papers. You give me that bitch a month ahead, but I'm gonna start on it the Monday is due, even if that bitch due on Tuesday.
Yeah, I love some fantasy football, man.
Straight up, G. But as we talk about competiciones, player shit. Football season is barbecue season. We take that shit straight out of the summer, right into football season in the South, man. I'm talking Daisy Dukes, the smell of charcoal with mesquite briquettes in that motherfucker with chopped onions to soak up the lighter fluid out there, guy. If you know, you know. If you didn't, now you knew. Meat that's been seasoned properly, no matter what color the cook is, cause motherfucker down here cooking. You heard me? If you ain't ate in the South, you ain't ate, man. But barbecue season, football season, man, as we spent 3 hours together sitting around the TV watching a 3-hour game that actually has about 20 minutes of actual action. A football play lasts about 8 to 10 seconds. Each offense run about 70 plays. So that's 700 seconds a piece. Y'all do the math. 600 would be 10 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So it's about 11 minutes of action a piece. You feel what I'm saying? 3-hour game, 20 minutes of action with halftime being 30. You feel what I'm saying? So when we sitting there, yeah, I broke it down for your ass to fuck you up before we get into this mass debaters on the best barbecue card game. We're gonna do a mass debaters for best casino card game and casino game overall in the same show, but that's for a later date. Cause we gonna do some gambling here soon. Stay tuned. I'm gonna get right into it, man. My choice is Spades, man. And that's all I'm gonna say, cause it's the correct answer. P, talk to the people.
My choice is Tunk, which should be a favorite, and by favorite I mean best.
As our gambling expert, if you had to create odds on this, because we're going to put a poll up and we're going to leave it open for the maximum time allowed. When them polls close, if you had to give odds to which one would win, what's your odds on this bullshit ass Tunk beating out Spades, nigga?
If I had to, if I'm being honest with myself, I'm giving Spades 5-2 because I think more folks know about Spades. But I feel like once we introduce the world to Tunk, they'll be overtaken by the game. Okay,
well, let me introduce the people, man. You got a breakdown of the game? I know you be prepped.
Right.
Do your thing.
All right. So Tunk is...
Spell it for the people.
Tunk is, you either spell it T-U-N-K or T-O-N-K, and it means knock, which is what you do if you got 5 or less unmatched cards before you discard. And so I'm going to give you the ranking of the cards, the object of the game, what happens when you deal, how you play, and then how to keep score. For those who don't, and the game type, if you are familiar with Rummy, that's what it's similar to. So the ranking.
For you country folks, it might be Gin Rummy.
Yeah, Gin Rummy. Yeah. So I didn't mean to do that. King is the high card, but it is all face cards are worth 10 points, and then all of the other cards are worth their value. When you get down to the ace is worth 1 point. So King high, Queen Jack 10 are worth 10 points. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those cards match their value. The object of the game, each player tries to form matched sets consisting of groups of 3 or 4 of a kind, or sequences of 3 or more cards of the same suit. The deal is 7 cards are dealt to each player. Now you can play with 2, 3, 4, or 5 plus people, and it's usually a larger group of people because there's money involved. So the deal again is 7 cards are dealt to each player. All remaining cards become the stockpile, and the top card is drawn and placed face up next to it. This is the first card, the up card of the discard pile. How you play: deuces are wild. Each player in turn must either draw from the stock or take the top discard, followed by discarding. All right. So once you take a card, you got to give one away. That's what that's saying. Only the player on the dealer's left whose turn comes first may take the first up card. Before discarding, the player may tunk or knock if their unmatched cards count 5 or less. All right. So you can tunk out if you have 5 cards or less. The player then spreads their hand, separating matched and unmatched cards. A matched set may have no more than 4 cards and must include 2 natural cards. All right. A sequence may be 3 cards or more. Each other player then has 1 turn to draw, take the discard, meld, lay off the tunker's melds, and discard. If all the tunker's cards were matched, no one may lay off their hand. How to keep score: after each player has had a turn, the count of each player's unmatched cards is scored against them. A deuce only counts 2 points. All right. So if the tunker does not have the lowest count, so that's what somebody wants to tunk out, they have 5 or less cards, then they are thinking that they have the lowest amount, the total, adding all their cards values up is less than everybody else, and that's how you tunk out and you would win. So if the tunker does not have the lowest count, they are charged double their count. When a player's score reaches 100, they are out of the game. Play continues until there's only 1 player left, who is the winner. If the stock is exhausted, the hand is dealt and there is no score. So
hold up. We gonna pause it right there. We gonna explain both. I'll let you do a quick rebuttal of mine to belittle it like I'm about to do to yours. What he just explained to y'all was a complicated, stupid ass way for a bunch of ignorant motherfuckers to play a bastardized version of poker. That's what he just explained to y'all. Fuck Tunk. I'm going to explain to y'all the greatest game of all time for a barbecue. Spades. First and foremost, oh no, this is not the argument. I'm just explaining the game. And I'm going to read a definition like he did instead of a sexy one. Spades is a trick-taking game devised in the United States of America, the US of A, barbecue. It could be played as either a partnership. Hey, I ain't interrupt you. I did. I'm fucking with you. It was, yeah. It could be played as either a partnership or a solo cutthroat game. The object is to take the number of tricks, also known as books, that were bid before play of the hand began. Spades is a descendant of the whist family, like bid whist, of card games, which also include bridge, hearts, and oh hell. Its major difference as compared to the others, whilst variance, is that instead of trump being decided by the highest bidder or at random, the spade suit always trumps. Hence the name, which is why P correctly asserted that you can surmise that melanated people are the originators of this game. P, I give you your rebuttal and the opportunity to sway the people to Tunk as the best barbecue card game. The floor is yours. You have 5 minutes.
I don't even need all that time. But I get the way I break things down to y'all when we get into these masturbators, when we decide what's the best and what's not, is I give y'all the story. And this is about one of the greatest American families there is. The Murphy family out of Sylacauga, Alabama.
You
So
cheating son of a bitch.
The first time I was introduced to the game of Tonk, I was at their house. I couldn't drive home I didn't have a car up at school, and so I couldn't get home to Southern Alabama out of Southeast Tennessee, where I'm from, for fall break and usually Thanksgiving and stuff like that. I can only get home for like Christmas and then the end of the year. So this family kind of adopted me. Not even kind of adopted me. Like whenever they went home, they always invited me. Whenever they were doing something as a family, like I played football with their sons. They would come up to the mountain, and after games, they would take me out to eat. I wouldn't have to pay for anything, man. They always showed me love. But one of these trips, we went down to their crib, man, and they pulled out this card game, and I thought they was about to play this weak ass game of Spades, where you can only play with 4 people. But now it's like, nah, we got this other game. We got this other game for you. We play Tonk out here, and I was like, oh man, what is this? So I sat next to one of the aunties, man. Shout out to Aunt Sam. Shout out to Amp. And they were a couple, and so I sat next to Aunt Sam, and then I stood up behind her so I could watch her and how she played, and then her significant other stood next to me and explained to me, like, as they were going, as they were playing the game. And so everybody started pulling out their money, started betting on each game, and it became like this. It became a very family affair, you know what I'm saying? Folks who was sitting in the living room came to the kitchen when we was playing that. People was pulling out their plates. People was bringing plates to the table. People was bringing more drinks to the table. It was a damn good time. And I simply remember, I honestly didn't remember much about the game aside from it brought every member of that family together. During an actual barbecue, it brought every member of that family together. And I did learn that game, and I eventually came back to that house and started winning, because I got my ass whooped to begin with because I didn't really know what I was doing. And it's a game of strategy and luck. You got it's like any other card game that's of any value. Like Spades is a game of strategy and luck. Poker is a game of strategy and luck. Like Tunk is a game of strategy and luck. It is a bastardized version of poker, but it involves a large group of people getting together, celebrating, jubilating. You are centered around breaking bread, centered around drinking. Is something that you can do drunk and still not lose your faculties and make you got a chance to win money while you doing it. Ain't nobody backstabbing. It's you against the field. And that's why Tunk is the greatest game there is, because it brings families together, much like Monopoly. I yield the floor.
Yeah. I started my time. Yeah, he yielded the floor early because his game ain't shit and he ain't got nothing to talk about. You feel what I'm saying? First of all, he tried to take some slick shots at Spades because that's how fantastic it is. I'm not even going to mention his when I talk about why Spades is the greatest. For one, is because it referenced a bunch of other games that are similar to it, that have all these different elements that make it tricky, and the trump change, and not Spades. That spade trump everything. You feel what I'm saying? Then on top of that, Spades, like a good game of Monopoly, sweet. You can really just make your own motherfucking rules, man. If you play with the deuce high, you play with the deuce high, and then you play joker, deuce, deuce. You can play jet fake card, ace high, take the 2 of club, 2 of goddamn hearts out the deck. You feel what I'm saying? But more than anything, I described to you what Spades was. But at its most basic level, it is simply high card wins, and you have to play the suit that you see played first when the round starts. That's all you need to know. Once you get your cards in your hand, it goes around clockwise, and the first suit that's played, you have to play that suit. If you don't have any of that suit, you can play a spade. And if you play the highest spade, you win that book. That's how you play spades. It's that simple. And if you play the wrong motherfucking card, then you get called a renegger. And yes, white people, you are more than within your right to get punched in the mouth for calling us a renegger if we playing spades. That is still one of our words. Because we pronounce that with the hard R. You dirty renegger. I swear to God, I ain't never playing with your ass again. Spades is so motherfucking fire. And it's such an element of spades that it becomes an element of your coming of age. Because if you fired spades as a young nigga, you get to play at the big boy table. And they be talking about all kind of shit at the barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Niggas at the spade table going off. I'm talking about they ready to fight. I remember when I was a little jit, man, my big brother got me stupid at spades because I was the fifth of 5 boys. So we could get a spades game and rotate in. You know what I'm saying? The nigga who resting pick one of the people who lost to play with. And to never get up from the table because you winning or are the best partner is a really dope feeling. And I took that confidence out of the crib, bro. And I remember it was the older nigga at the Boys and Girl Club named Pookie. And niggas would try to not let me on the spades table, but Pookie would be like, man, fuck y'all. I'll wait however long I need to. But when I get on the table, Lil Dave, my partner, when I say to this day, and we probably ain't played in a decade, but me and this nigga have never lost a game of spades, bro. We had a million different, like, I ain't even gonna cap. You call it cheating, you call it whatever the fuck you want to. We played so long, we knew each other. We just knew each other. If he played the queen first, I knew that nigga had the king and the ace. So if I could cut after 3 cards, I wasn't going to. He was going to play king, he was going to play the queen, then he was going to play the ace. And I was going to waste one of my other cards so that I could cut that shit later, sooner than I would have in that other book. I'm talking about we just built their rhythm where we were fucking people up. And you get better and better and better as a team in spades. And in all your different friend circles, you will find your spades partner. And it may be a person you only talk to at the barbecue or kick it with in any other situation. But them cards go, and then they be like, boy, you fucking with me over there, you chicken, boy, you fucking with me, bro. Hey, bro, let me know when we up. Yeah, you already know what it is. We go fucking up. You feel what I'm saying? And nigga talk so much shit. And the way the whole barbecue get brought into a spades game is everybody will rotate in with their partner to play. And if you are seen too quickly, niggas will be like, bro, I thought you were playing spades, bro. Man, I ain't worried about that little shit. Did you get a game in, man? You got up kind of quick. Nigga done hit your ass with 10 over the forehead, boy. You get your ass up out of their first game. Nigga be like, damn, boy, you must have been hungry, boy. You really wasn't trying to play no spades. You talking about? Man, and in conclusion, man, did all that without shitting on his game, cause it needs not be shat on. Cause spades is that deal. P, I'll let you close it out because I feel like I already won.
He chose not to criticize my game, not for the reasons that he said he chose not to criticize my game. He chose not to criticize my game because there are no criticisms for the greatest card game that there is at a barbecue. Now, let me point out the reasons why Spades is not the greatest barbecue card game.
Oh, if we gonna smear, I'm getting a rebuttal because I wasn't gonna do a smear at all. But if we just did a sale and then we're gonna do a smear, we're gonna do a smear and a smear. But go ahead.
This is not a smear. This is
if you got anything negative to say about Spades, you're wrong. But go ahead.
I took down notes of things you said. If you are a renegger, people at the barbecue will fight you. If I want to fight playing a card game, I just go to a club. All that fun is short-lived at a barbecue if you are a renegger or if you jump the line like at a club. This ain't a family out. This ain't a family game. This is a game with thugs.
You don't jump the line. If it ain't your turn, it ain't your turn.
Team game.
You thought y'all was going to 25.
Sound like you spend more time fighting than you do playing. All this thing do is lead to arguments. I've seen families split up because of Spades, and not because I don't enjoy the game, because I thoroughly enjoy the game. But if I want to have a game at a barbecue, I want good vibes at the barbecue. We got Earth, Wind and Fire playing in the background. We got the Isley Brothers playing. We doing the Cupid Shuffle. We out
because you know what people have never fought over.
Yandro.
You know what people have never fought over?
Tonk.
Money. He referenced bringing his little country ass down. He took his country ass up to Tennessee, brought his country ass back down to North Alabama, and got bamboozled out his little goddamn work study money and Tunk. Cause I know them Mercies fired them goddamn Tunk, because he done hit me over the forehead a few times. We playing on the corner of the desk, nigga, and I just knocked the stack. Oh, my bad. I just cash out where I'm at right now. He said, nah, nigga, we gonna finish this hand. I'm gonna shuffle this bitch, put it right back. And he still taunted out on me. I said, I'm gonna fight your ass, boy. Neck play, goddamn, I might slip my block like let Jeremy give you some sweet chin music in my running back. I was an old line. But fuck Tunk, bro, for lots of reasons. And we talking about a barbecue. We talking about motherfucker eating chicken, ribs, sauces, baked bean. You got all these niggas playing Tunk, gambling, talking with food in their mouth, touching every goddamn card in the deck. And then on top of that, it ain't no skill involved. It's a game of chance and guessing which card to throw out. And I wonder if that nigga got that two I need. Spades, when you get dealt your cards, you bid. You guess the number of books you get. And if you bid too far under, you sandbagging. You bid too far up, then you get socked. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's so much strategy, so much skill, so much dope shit in Spades, man. Or you could just play, well, we don't bid. We just gonna play the bitch out and sit and let the cards fall where they may. You ain't barbecuing till you the cook. Everybody look around asking who cooked that chicken. And you got to keep throwing your hands up. And when you look down at your other hand, you got 8 spades in your motherfucking hand. You like, goddamn, did they give me any other cards? Like, you don't get that feeling in Tunk. You get dealt 3 2s, a 5, and a 7. The fuck you gonna do with that? Man, I hope I get that 6. That weak shit out of here, cuz.
You get them 3 2s, you lay them motherfuckers down, you got 2 cards in your hand, you say Tunk, you got a chance to win you some money. And how you gonna rebuttal me and say it's a game of skill when you literally said and described that game as it's that simple?
How to play it is that simple?
Simple. Bruh,
basketball is throwing a leather circle through a metal circle. It's that simple. Basketball now tell me Kyrie don't make it look. What?
Basketball easy for people who can hoop.
Bruh, you telling me a whole lot of nonsense, and I'd much rather you tell me something good.
Look here, man. I had a couple stories that I wanted to tell you that was good. But one I was talking about yesterday, and I went down a rabbit hole. We are the golf guys of this podcasting shit, this rap shit. Like we are the golf guys.
We them boys.
A lot of time. We them boys, man. Like one of the books that I have is The Inner Game of Golf, man, and like it talks about how the mechanics are just a small part of the game. It's more about, you know, your confidence and your focus and concentration when it comes to approaching the game that makes the difference on whether you can really excel and take your game to the next level. And so me and my dog was talking about the game.
What book was that, bro?
And we was talking about it's the Inner Game of Golf by Timothy Galway. And so I put actually, I'm not going to link y'all. I'll link y'all up to that book, man, because I have a copy of it, but I want to give my dog a copy, and I don't want y'all to take all the copies before I give my dog a copy. But I was going down the rabbit hole, man, of like, who do anybody in the rap game play golf? And it's only one person that I know in the rap game that do play golf, that's known for playing golf. And when I went down this rabbit hole of like why he plays golf and like how he got into it, man, it was super refreshing because it's become like this safe haven place for him. Like he loved being outdoors and he loved getting outside and he loved he go to the like when he play at a country club out in LA, and he said like the folks out there loving whether it's the 19-year-old caddies or whether it's like the old jits who be out there who been playing out there for 30 plus years. And he'd say like, you know, I go out there and I'm not that good, but I'm the freshest nigga out there. You know, he go out there with a chain on, he go out there with his rollie on, he go out there with his loud pack, he go out there with his grill in, man. So I'm glad that this brother don't lose any of his sauce when he step out on the golf course, man. And so I want to.
This nigga golfing with a chain on. I know I could tighten him up.
A chain on, bro. He golf with a chain on, and he's like, He's like, I play better when I got that sauce, man. And so I was looking at a YouTube video, and I think I'll send you this link, so you can put it in the show notes as well for the YouTube, which we now up. My dog got the YouTube bunking. We got 11 episodes up. We in that guy. So now you can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Deezer. You can find us on Amazon Music. You can find us on Pandora. You can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on Audible. You can find us now on YouTube. And we coming for your ass, Google and Apple podcasts. We coming for y'all ass. Y'all the last dominoes to fall. And then
stop playing with my chick.
Everywhere, man. But my dog Schoolboy Q, man, he is always Groovy Q has been for a good 7-8 years a rapper that I have kept up with his art or his work that he does to earn his checks, man. But like now I'm interested in getting his ass out here on these links. We gonna tune his ass up, and because he's always talking he had some really good perspective when he was sitting down. I think GQ did an article on him and how he playing golf, and then Golf Digest did a story on him, how he playing golf, and then they had YouTube did this thing on where it's like the 10 things he gotta have when he out there. And that was pretty cool to listen to. He was like, he take them big fade, them blue boys out there on the golf course, man. And he's like, anybody want to bet out here? You know, you gotta have cash on you. You know, he said we bet to make it a little interesting. But the way he got into golf is his partner took him out there, bro, and said, I bet you can't birdie a hole out here in 2 years. He bet him 10 racks. He said his partner has not bet him again. He said he'll bet other motherfuckers out there, but he won't bet me. So, yeah, man, I'm glad to see that we got, in our culture, we didn't have a whole lot of access to those country club sports, which are the tennis and the golf. Like, we don't have a whole lot of access. I know you played a lot of tennis growing up, and you were sponsored by Nike as a young jit, man. And so, being able
bad motherfucker with my fingers.
Yeah. And so being able to introduce the next generation or more generations of kids who don't have access to those country club sports like golf and
tennis. Can I make a request, G?
That we really want to do. Yeah.
Can we come up with a drinking game for when we play our rounds of golf, like sneak in double shots and shit? Like they say we can't bring in outside stuff, fuck all that. But like every time your water go in the drink, you gotta finish your beer. Every time you lose a ball, you gotta finish it. You gotta take a shot. Shit like that. I feel like that'll turn our rounds of golf up. It'll definitely make it where we gotta kick it at the clubhouse and hit a few more balls for a nigga drive home. But just a quick anecdote, man. I had these cats we golf with. We had a random foursome we was put into. We went golfing out there in Houston, and man, them niggas was astounded because the longer the day went on, the better I got. You feel what I'm saying?
And the longer the day went on, the worse we got. Everybody else, the other three players, and the foursome got.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one point they literally was like, man, we just gonna go ahead and play ahead, man. We got some shit to do. And as they played, they were looking back to see where we were because we were on the same hole, but they were just kind of playing on. And like,
that shit on 17.
They be hitting like 2 and 3 shots, and then I hit off the driver, and the ball would be up there with it, and they're like, man, what the fuck? And it was 2 or 3 weeks before I realized, because they kept saying, man, how the fuck did you get better and better as the day went? When I tell you, I was out there on some good ass reefer, man. Shouts out to Texas, man. They got some of that yabba damn. But anyway, man, I was high as fuck when we got out there, bro. Like, super high. And we was out there for like 3 hours. So 2 hours into it.
5 hours.
You lying?
We was out that bitch for 5 hours.
Man, well, you see what I say?
Yeah, our round started at 9, and we ain't leave till like 3.
So by the time we on the back 9, I'm almost sober. You feel that? Then my bruise is kicking in. I could play golf drunk. I can't play golf high. Maybe it's something about the focus. You feel me? And at the time, I ain't had contacts in. I was playing with glasses on. So, nigga, by the time we hit the back 9, all of my faculties had settled in, man. And I was stroking that motherfucker, bro. I'm talking about hitting driver and shit. I ain't even put my drive out until we got on the back 9. I don't know if you noticed that, but then you start hearing, ding. I was out there flunking those shits, boy.
Yeah. I did not play with it.
Yeah, he started off on the front 9 about 20 strokes up. He ended up winning by like 4.
3 strokes? I won by 3 strokes.
Okay, oh yeah.
I got up early on, and that's what kind of like saved me, like towards the end.
That one where I lost 2 balls really fucked me up because I took 2 strokes on each of them lost balls. I kept it fair, and I was like, I ain't dropping another one. Fuck that hole, it win. You feel me? Because that shit was a par 5, and I lost 4 on balls. So I was like, I ain't taking them on this shit.
I did that a lot in Mexico. I said, V-Bone and Link said, fuck these last 3 holes. We ain't play like the last 3 holes. We hit 1 shot on like the last 3 holes.
It went for the ground. Fuck that shit.
Bro, we was like, man, we just gonna smack one out here because the course so nice. We just gonna smack a couple out here. Like the only person who was taking it serious was you know who, but everybody else was just out there for a good time. I mean, like you said,
I know you want us. We so fly, bitch. Please don't touch. He got cash, that's not enough. We get more on so much.